Welcome to AFD TV. I'm your host, Laura, here with Dr. Sam and Nurse Amber.
And of course, baby Jacob. He's the star of the show today, right?
Absolutely.
Today we're going to talk about baby care. And since you just had your baby and he just turned 8 weeks?
Yeah, just turned 8 weeks.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us everything.
All right. Well, today we want to, like Dr. Sam said, is focus on baby care. Babies have a lot of special needs. There's a good 8-year gap in between him and my daughter, and there was a lot of things, even as a nurse, that I learned just with having this baby. One of the first things that I learned, especially from my pediatrician, is do not dispense any over-the-counter medications to your infant until you're cleared by your pediatrician to do so. This includes Tylenol, infant Motrin. One of the bigger things we see in primary care, people get confused about baby aspirin, which is never to be given to a child. That's just the dosing that they say. These medications are very weight dependent, and usually an infant always takes a medical professional to be able to weigh those out.
Yeah, baby aspirin is just known as a baby aspirin for
Correct.
Basically older people to take it for,
But never children.
Exactly, yeah. So any fever over 100.4 degrees can be serious. Please call your pediatrician or seek medical attention in the first 8 weeks of infancy. And why is that?
They can actually become septic really fast. Septicemia is a big deal when infants get sick. Remember, they're still developing immune systems and things like that. And so with them, a fever can go from, 100.4 to 104 really easily.
Correct, yeah, exactly. And especially because this is actually a good timing because your son is 8 weeks now.
Yes.
And as he gets older, we can have more videos with more milestones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Other things to be aware of for all new parents, and this is a big one. When my daughter was born, it was side sleeping. Now it's back. But babies always sleep on their backs. Do not use comforters in infancy as they increase the risk of SIDS. For my baby, we use a swaddling technique, and so that puts no actual material around his face. He's swaddled on his arms and his legs, but it keeps all loose blankets around so he can't put it in his face and suffocate.
So my babies are a little bit older. My oldest is finishing she's a sophomore in high school. She's finishing sophomore next week. They're finishing school next week. My younger one's 6th grader. But but the second one is do not bathe the baby until the umbilical cord stump is completely off. Sponge baths are okay until this is gone, as long as the cord is avoided during washing. And
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Just because that's still open and he can get an infection through their stomach.
Definitely. Yeah.
And one of the things too that I've noticed is that they've quit using the alcohol wipes on the cord stump too.
Really?
Yeah, they did that in the hospital.
Why?
They just said it was no longer needed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I thought so too.
Yeah.
Use baby products that are bath sensitive to infants, and that includes washing clothes and their bath time products. One thing about Jacob, he's really sensitive, and we actually had to switch from the Johnson & Johnson products to the Aveeno products just because his skin was so sensitive to those.
Okay, yeah, especially when they're younger. As they
Absolutely.
get older, it'll be probably okay.
Yeah.
So even the detergents, the Tide Free and the Dreft and all
Yeah,
that.
we use Dreft because it's at Sam's Club.
Good. Okay. So now, do not put things like rice and cereal in bottles until your pediatrician has approved this. A baby's digestive system is developing and maturing daily, but giving a baby things like rice cereal prematurely can cause a myriad of digestive issues like constipation.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that we deal with, honestly, in primary care is a lot of people for acid reflux and spit up issues, and then even old wives' tales start within the first month, and their digestive systems just aren't built for that. And somebody like Jacob, who has a bad spit up problem, I give a little bit, there's a special formula that we give him, and it has a little bit in there, but that was only, again, approved by the pediatrician before we started doing that.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. So, and the fifth one is only use baby-approved bottled water or distilled water for bottles. Tap water is not safe, and well water especially is not safe for bottles. So you use.
It's called nursery water. Mm-hmm.
What about just boiling your water?
You can boil the water too for at least 10 minutes and then cool it.
Oh, okay.
So just for convenience, though, in our house we just buy the nursery water, but you could boil it.
Oh, I think when my kids were young,
You just boiled?
Or we just use tap water. Yeah. I mean, what's the concern? Is it
The concern is some of the minerals. That's what I was reading.
Okay.
So yeah, they want it to be distilled.
Oh, got it. That makes sense. Yeah. And then, but for you drink tap water.
We do. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, well, let's talk about. So right now, so because you're not nursing, but you're giving.
Yeah, he's bottle fed, correct.
Bottle fed. And
Yeah.
how long will you bottle feed for?
He's bottle fed. He'll be on formula for the first year of his life.
Okay.
And then depending on what the pediatrician said, he should start some soft foods around 6 months.
6 months. Okay. And then what type of soft foods?
It just depends. Jacob has a lot of digestive issues with acid reflux. So for him, it's going to be rice. And then after that, if he does tolerate that well, then we're going to go to something like little vegetables, but stay away from like acidic, food. Like the lemon thing's all funny, but for something like Jacob, that's not okay for him.
Oh, okay. What about like applesauce?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that that she's talked to me about that I do know is that when we're trying the baby foods, it's one baby food at a time for at least 3 days to check for any allergic reactions.
And what about being the theory about starting food early to expose to potential allergens or not?
That's a good question. I don't know about that. I know that me personally, which I do have a ton of food allergies, which can be, passed to my son. It can be genetic. That's a concern we're actually going to talk to an immunologist about.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I mean, because I've been, a doctor now for 19 years, and at first it was avoidance.
Yeah.
And now it's actually give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when Michaela was young and she had food allergies, she was never told to avoid any of them, and she even had 2 that were kind of severe.
Really?
Yeah.
And then, but now they actually want you to expose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the bottom line is, we don't know.
Yeah. Medicine's constantly changing. I mean, and that's the thing. As we, as things go on and we make better advancements and we do more research, there's just always going to be new information coming out.
Yeah. So good information, Laura.
Yes. Very
Yeah.
good.
So someday when you guys have a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, take it away.
Thank you for watching AFD TV. See you next time.
See you next time. See you, Jacob. Say thank you. Okay.
AFD TV is designed to provide an educational discussion about current medical topics. For a personalized medical opinion, please consult your primary care physician or visit one of America's Family Doctors clinics today.